Never heard that.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, Better Everyday podcast listeners. I'm your host, Brad Weems. We're here live from Market Street Media. Um, since I've been on last time, we've got Mitch McCary taking care of us down here. So, big shout out to Mitch, who's now taking over the podcasting and getting us set up this morning. Today, I've got my business partner, Chris Rasnake here, and Coach Tim Zupancic. How's it going, guys?
Doing good.
Wonderful, buddy. Wonderful.
Good. I was looking back. It's been a few months since I've been in studio. The last episode I did was actually with Tim's dad, and that was a Thursday, 2 days before you had your Olympic lifting meet over at ETSU. Tim, tell us about that and how it went.
It went pretty good. It was we advertised it as a university national qualifier because they kind of changed the rules to where you have to compete at a certain meet to qualify for the university national championships, which I'm going to travel to next week at the Arnold Classic. But anyways, it was nice. It was kind of a nice fundraiser for us as well. Like we didn't just have university athletes. We had my dad, of course. Chris competed. It was fun. It was a good time. We had a pretty good turnout, and everybody made some pretty big lifts.
Well, let's back up just a second because I want to brag on you, Tim. I mean, you're the one that basically organized this thing, right?
Yeah, I did most of it, a lot of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I mean, from the
Well, I'm sure the teammates helped.
yeah,
but
I mean, like there's me. I got a vice president. I'm the president of the club. I got a vice president and a treasurer. But between us, we did everything from registration to T-shirts to feeding all of the volunteers to clean up afterwards to kind of pretty much. I mean, yeah, everything.
yeah, and I also want to point out that if anybody local here is listening, you got another one
Yeah, we're
April
gonna host
23rd,
another
right?
one right in the mini dome,
Okay.
April 23rd. It's gonna be the Handle Barbell Invitational, and this one is open to everybody and anybody. There's no minimum qualifications to compete. As long as you're a USAW member, you're welcome to join us.
Cool. So you said that was a fundraiser. What was that for? What did those?
Just for us as a team, I mean, like we're not an NCAA sport, so most of our money comes from which is the Center of Excellence, which is what we do in the mini dome there under director Dr. Michael Stone and his wife, Coach Meg Stone. Um, Pretty much that fundraiser goes towards anything extra we need with travel, hotels, things like that, us throughout the season.
Cool. That day, my kids and wife were up at Boo at the zoo in Knoxville, so I got to come hang out. It's real cool being backstage with Chris, coaching him, or trying
Yeah.
to at least. A little tricky in the sport of Olympic weightlifting, and the fact that people are always changing their lifts and kind of gaming it. So that was a little bit of a learning curve for me. But I mean, how did it go for you, Chris? If you had to wrap up your experience and your performance for the day, what would you say?
It was good. You know, I haven't competed since 2014, maybe. So it was excellent for myself. I mean, I was happy. I believe I finished second overall in my weight class, which I had a good weight cut to get down to what the desired weight I wanted to be. I didn't. There's no reason for me to do a weight cut besides just an extra challenge. And when you're over 40 and you don't care about the weight you lift anymore, you got to challenge yourself some way else to still have that fire. And it was, it was great. You back there helping me, and I want you to let you know that USAW level 2 weightlifting coaching certification is all about preparing your athlete to go on stage. So
Okay.
I might need to get you to get that next
Okay.
time.
Yeah, I like to say weightlifting. Like when people ask about the sport, I like to say it's kind of like baseball. Like if you don't really know what's going on and you're watching the game, you think it's slow and things like that. But if you know what's going on behind the scenes, you can watch the board, watch the numbers go
Mm.
up and down. It's really entertaining, actually.
Very much
But
so.
just like baseball, if you don't know what's going on in baseball, it's kind of just standing there for pitch after pitch, waiting for a hit.
Chris, one thing you mentioned, your weight cut. You worked with Tyler Benton on this, and I want to just I want you to give the basis of the weight cut. I know you've already mentioned before that you want to one day bring him on here and talk about this process that you went through, but just
Yeah,
to like
yeah, it
highlight
was.
it real quick.
Well, in a long story short, I was 250 something, and I was like, I want to get down to 230.
231, I
Yeah,
think.
233 or It was it was 109 category.
Yeah, I
Right?
think that's
Yeah,
231.
231. So I wanted to get under that, and so I mean, I worked for I guess 8 weeks, real hard on my diet, and it was pretty easy up to the point of the last week, and Tyler's like, okay, we're still a few pounds away, so I want you to drink 384 ounces of water a day, and I was like, what?
When you said it, I didn't think it was real.
I mean, and I said, dude, how? I mean, all day you don't the water cup don't leave your hand. But so in reality, that's 24 pounds of water.
Hmm.
I mean, for anybody that wants to grasp this concept, that's 24 pounds of water I'm drinking in one 24-hour period. And I got to sleep 8 hours, so we're talking now 16 hours. So do the math. I mean, it wasn't easy.
You were literally stopping by the gas station on your way in with a whole case of water, and by noon you already had 12, 13 of them knocked out.
Yeah, I had to get that in. But the first day of drinking 24 pounds of water, I lost like 6 pounds, and I was like, holy mackerel, I don't know if I could do this again. I mean, it was a job.
That's crazy. You put
It-
24 pounds in your body in a day and lose 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nuts.
it was, and of course, it slowed down during the week a little bit because there's only so much inflammation you got in your body that this water is actually going to flush out. But as far as doing it, it was a hard job. It was fun. I mean, I really enjoyed it because I wanted to be this in this weight class, and then you wake up Saturday morning, you're like, all right, I made it, but then you still can't have anything until you go weigh in.
And then your boy here didn't help you out. What time are
No.
you lifting?
Yeah, and I had to
I
lift
think
like
I
at
lifted like
1 o'clock.
Yeah, I think I was
And
at
I'm
like
like,
11 or something.
yeah, I woke up at 6:30 that morning, and just lay where I woke up at 4, and I was just laying there. I was like, God, I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
and then to get there, I go weigh in, I'm way under. I'm like 4 kilos below what I needed to be, which is, 8.5
Yeah.
pounds. And I'm like, I could have had something for breakfast.
yeah.
But
That's the difference of fighting and weightlifting. I mean, weightlifting, you get to weigh in 2 hours before you lift.
Yeah. Mhm.
Fighting and things
It's
like that,
24
you get
hours.
24
Yeah.
hours. And that's why I mean, that's impressive cutting that much weight and still being able to perform like you did. That's impressive.
But it's just such a
impressive.
different experience for him versus you because you walk around at the
Yeah.
way you compete at.
Yeah, usually. But I mean, that's just because there's the difference. I mean, this was like almost like a hobby for him. Like you said,
Mhm.
he hasn't competed. This is basically my job.
Yep.
So
Yeah. I mean, and that's that's why I kind of wanted to do it, just to challenge myself to say, hey, it still excites me. I love watching it. I love doing it, and it's kind of, I just wanted to put a feather in my hat, and I don't care to talk about it too much, really, but it was just something that I wanted to accomplish, and I'm going to do it again come April 23rd, and I'm going to make the weight cut, maybe even more drastic this time, just to see if I can still perform at a lighter weight. So.
Cool. It was a great event. Good day. I want to talk about a couple more things that's been going on at the gym since we have been on the podcast last. So we had a Halloween party at the end of October. It's good to kind of hang out with the kids, the family members, since we don't get to see them very often. So that was a good little event.
I had the craziest looks that I've ever gotten in the gym because my daughter wanted me to dress up as unicorn. So me and Emily and Bella all dressed up as unicorns in white spandex lace, and I had I don't even know.
You had a
jumper.
romper.
Yeah, jumper.
A romper. You looked like the Joker and Batman as a
Yeah,
nurse.
Yeah. Him walking out of the hospital. Yeah, I remember it.
And then in November, we had our Turkey Bowl, which was awesome. We had a lot of sponsors come through, and we raised over $4,000 for Coalition for Kids.
Yeah, and then I don't know if they got to buy a bus with that, but that was our intent, because we went to Coalition for Kids and talked to Randy, and he was like, what I really need right now is a bus. And I believe that very day, I believe Foo City come in with a big donation to finish their playground too. I mean, it's just that bunch over there does a lot a lot for the kids in this region. And if anybody hasn't checked them out or donated to them, go over there and talk to Randy for 5-10 minutes. I guarantee you want to do something for them.
Yeah, without a
Yeah.
doubt. What they're doing is real special.
Yep.
No other news and notes. Tim has got a Fit Kids program starting here in a couple weeks. That will be starting on March 7th. He's going to be doing a Monday and Friday at 4. Tim, you grew up in a gym. Talk a little more about what parents can expect when their kids come and work out with you.
Yeah. So I would consider that I'm doing decent right now at the age of 21, um, as in not career wise, but my physical health. And I'd like to just give back the things I learned and the things that I've been taught by my dad and also great mentor of mine, Matt Henry, out of Gym Tech Academy in Knoxville. It's a gymnastics gym, and he also teaches like kind of the Ninja Warrior stuff there. So I grew up under Matt Henry, doing gymnastics, starting out there and learning just the basics of how to move my body and um, just building good body awareness, which was able to protect me in simple things like if I was riding my bike as a kid and I crashed, I knew how to fall,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And then from the other side, from more of the gym standpoint, growing up in the gym with my dad, um, learning how to body weight squat at a very young age correctly and been um, being able to keep that same mobility throughout. Never losing my mobility as I get older. I've always, like you see pictures and videos of babies all the time standing in a perfect body weight squat with their butt all the way to the floor, their heels are on the ground, and being able to maintain that throughout your 20s, 30s, and so on, makes it a lot easier than having to restart. And
Mm-hmm.
especially you see people in maybe their 30s and they squat down, their heels come off the ground or things or so.
Right.
It's much easier to keep that than to relearn that and to re-stretch that.
Well, us as Americans too. I mean, everything we do is raising the seat to our butts now.
Exactly.
I mean, we don't squat
Mhm.
anymore. Everybody's got high toilets. Everybody's got SUVs, cars you step into.
Yeah.
You don't have to knee bend to do much anymore. Life is too easy for us.
And then not only that, like so we want to work with, what do we say, 8 to
12 kids.
Yeah, 8 to 12 age wise.
Oh, yes.
8 to 12 age. Yeah. So at that age, that's when you're starting to mature a little bit. I would say, you can follow instructions fairly simple. You could hold a pretty good class within 30 minutes with those kids. And then things that they can learn here is whenever they start to get to that late middle school, high school level, and they're especially playing sports and stuff, and they get put in that weight room and there's not much instruction. It's, hey, you got 30 minutes to do X amount of work. This is going to keep them safe. If we can,
They've got a baseline of kinesthetic awareness.
Yes. This stuff's going to keep them safe because they can do it correctly. And that's where I really excelled. And I thank my pops and Matt Henry and things like that because be able to do the full range of motion for things such as squats and correct power cleans, it kept me from getting injured. It also made me stronger than everybody else because I was doing the full range of motion, and that stuff would translate to the field every time.
When I was growing up playing baseball and tennis, you would always just work on your sport, and we never would work on resistance training or proper movement patterns. And I feel like that's the one thing I really missed out on. I'm sure you got that with football. You were in the weight room. Tennis and baseball, for me, though, in high school, that wasn't necessarily the case.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I started weightlifting, I mean, like Tim said, when you get to high school, there is no direction. And, when I was, I don't know, I guess when I was in the 6th grade, they recruited me for football. We was from a football town. That's just what you've done. So at 12 years old, I was in the weight room with no leadership, no guidance, no nothing. It was just straight. Here's it's on the board. Go do it. Write your numbers down, and leave it in everybody had a little notebook there and leave it in the notebook. But of course the weightlifting instructor was some meathead at
Local gym meathead.
Yeah, he was a meathead, and he done in school suspension for the high school.
Mhm.
So I mean, and he was ours was jacked, of course,
Yeah.
but that
Doesn't mean
necessarily.
anything.
No,
Yeah, it doesn't
man,
mean anything.
it doesn't mean that he can coach. Now, I hate talking bad, but his name was Snake Palmer. And I don't want to talk bad about the man. I don't know where he's at now, but he's the reason I got into fitness too, because there was better ways to move,
Mhm.
and as I'm harping on him. But that's what kids are missing, and I think more high schools are doing a better job now from finding somebody that can actually connect with the kids, coach the kids, and get them to move correctly. I know my high school is, and that's the reason they're still good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason that nobody's injured.
Hmm.
I mean, all those things are very important, and to get that at a younger age, which is why we're going to start this Fit Kid class, it's just going to transfer throughout their lives, and they're never going to lose that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not trying to train them now. We're just developing this lifestyle throughout at this time. We're not like, okay, we're gonna bust it now. We're 8, 10 years old. We're gonna get really strong now. No, we're just gonna the fundamentals, the basics, to where they can carry that throughout the rest of their careers.
So these kids aren't going to be coming in and doing Fran in 4 weeks.
No,
No.
It's the most simple stuff. We'll play games. We'll do whatever. We'll make it fun to where, man, I can't wait to go back to class this week.
Yeah. And I think we're doing a good job of that with the younger individuals we have at the gym. You hear that a lot. Like they're excited to get back. Like
Yeah.
Henry this weekend,
Hmm.
he's not going to be able to work with you, but he is just like devastated
Yeah.
that we've got things going on. But anyway, moving on today, the CrossFit Open starts.
Yeah, big day in CrossFit today, baby.
What, 3:00?
3 o'clock, the announcement.
No Dave Castro. It's first year that he is not programming.
Yeah. Well, I have firsthand knowledge that the guy that replaced Dave is super smart, super professional. So I'm excited to see him.
Do you think it's going to feel as gimmicky?
No, 100%. I think I think that era is over, and we got to. I think CrossFit's wanting to hold a certain level of excellence in their biggest money maker of the year. I mean, this is what they do, and I think I'm going to enjoy it more. Nothing against Dave. It was just like, God, well, you just announced the workout, dude. I mean, everybody's been waiting 12 months for this. You know, our GPP class is like, man, why does he do that? And I'm like, well, it adds drama, but you want to watch drama, stay at home, watch Days of Our Lives.
There's plenty of drama taking place in the world.
Open Facebook up.
Yeah.
So we'll be having that workout tomorrow programmed, and so whether you are signed up or not, we will. Yeah, we're going to be taking our best shot at 22.1 tomorrow. So
man, 22.1. That's
crazy. We were doing like 12.1 at Lifestyles 10 years ago.
Yep.
Nuts. All right, I want to give our listeners some value today. So I wanted to bring to the table the topic of how to get more out of your workout. And I just want to simply go around the table here. Each one of us throw out a way that a person can get more out of their workout, and then us just elaborate on it a little bit. So maybe, I don't know, I've got a list of things here, but let's say we just go around and maybe 4 or 5 or just however much time we got. Just tell people, whether they're at the local Planet Fitness or with us at Thunder Valley, how to get more out of their workout.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, go in with intent. You know, show up with intent in your mind. I mean, what are you going to the gym for?
So developing goals is important.
Yeah, but not just. I don't mean like goals as in, you know, short term, long term, or smart goals. I don't mean anything like that. I'm saying, what is the intent? Why are you going to the gym today? Because you want to be healthier, because you want to look better naked, and you want a certain change, you know, that so you can see whatever that is, you know. And I think we're all pretty vain if we're at Thunder Valley. I mean, you're showing up to look better. I mean, we only have a few athletes like Tim and Ben and Josh, and you know, a couple other ones that are super good at the sport of CrossFit that could do something with that. But for the general population, I mean, we all want to look better naked. So I mean, effort, intent, you know, those are the things I would say. Tim, what about you?
Yeah, I'd say kind of the same thing, and then pretty much like I would say find some kind of, well, no matter where you're at, find some kind of coach. All right. And maybe don't find a coach, but do some research if you don't have a coach. I mean, we've all been, hopefully, been all at least through high school, and we've learned how to do research, learn how to find credible websites and things like that rather than just Wikipedia. But figure out what you're interested in, like you said, what your why is, why you're going, and read through things that are going to help get you closer to that rather than just going in the gym and going through the motions. Like you said, have some intent and back what you're doing with something. All right. Like at Thunder Valley, you guys spend a lot of time on the weekends, program for the whole week. That means that we take a lot of time to program that. So let's follow that program. You know what I mean? Rather than come in and say it's this. I get maybe you're injured or things like that. You need to change some things up, but this program is written for a reason, and you got to trust it and follow it if you want the outcome.
Yeah,
Definitely. So the first thing I had on the list was hire a professional.
Yeah.
And that can look at like a lot of different things. It can be coaches like us at Thunder Valley. That can be a personal trainer. It can be, one thing that's evolved since we've been in
Online
business.
programming.
I was going to say individual design,
You got the internet. You can do anything now.
online programming like Ben does for his athletes. And the reason that having a professional is so beneficial is because you're going to be held accountable to someone. You have a set appointment if you're meeting with that person in person. And heck, typically they either look good, perform well, or, they have a knowledge base that's going to help you succeed more so than just going to the gym by yourself.
Well, I mean, for somebody, I'll just take myself. It's the easiest example I can think of right now. You take somebody like myself. If I get into a class, I'm sucked in, and that's why I'm like sitting here wondering still if I'm going to sign up for the open or not, because I'm like, if I sign up, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
But at that same turn, if like my coach, he's like, I know how you are. So if you sign up, just be smart. And if you don't, then you don't have to worry about it. So, having somebody that is looking out for my best interest instead of me just worrying about my ego or going off the field or, because when you're in a group setting, man, it's just so easy to get lost into the intensity of the workout and push yourself a little further because I'm the type of person, I'm not going to let my partner down.
Exactly.
I'll let myself down. So if
Yeah.
it's a solo workout and I'm like, all right, 28 burpees was enough, I'm going to slow down here. I mean, it's just that accountability part in the group class is super awesome for myself. I mean, it works out real good. And I'm sure there's a lot of people like me.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I said. I talked about a little bit last time I was on here. The gym, especially like a CrossFit style gym, like we got with the Fit Club program and CrossFit, it is the best place because, like you said, everybody's there for the same reason. It's not like you're going to Planet Fitness or so, but when you're in this group class setting, most of the time everyone's there for the same reason.
Yep.
So you can use that to your advantage. So like you could look at, you guys have a partner workout today, blah blah blah. You can, all right, we're here for the same reason. Let's push each other a little bit. Let's challenge this, challenge that. We got a row for 1 minute or X amount of meters. I'm going to do a little bit faster to try to shorten your rest time, and I'm going to try to shorten your rest time. Back and forth, back and forth. Just those little bits, seconds can make a huge difference.
That's what Brad hung me out last week for class. And he was like, no, man, me and Josh are going to go ahead and do it. You're going to partner with Matt at 10. I'm like, awesome. I didn't plan on doing that, because I know Matt is going to put me in an uncomfortable state.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to work hard. I know if Brad's my partner, I'm going to be all right. I mean, and I'm not harping on Brad, but
no, Matt's 6'3" and
he's a
ridiculous power output.
Yeah, and nothing against Brad, but we're 12, 10, 11 years into the CrossFit. It's like, man, Thursdays are really supposed to be a recovery day. So I just want to break the sweat and go home. But if Matt gets stuck with nobody, of course, I'm the sacrificial lamb. And I know I already told Matt we're only going to do that once a month because, I mean, I'm tortured after that. So,
yeah.
But he's a young man. So,
so another thing that I had down here was keep track of your numbers. And that can be your reps, your sets, your weight, your volume. you can only see progression if you know what you're doing and you're measuring it. So,
Mhm.
we spend thousands of dollars a year on Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
and putting your info in that software, or it can be does MyFitnessPal even now have like a workout space? Or,
Yeah.
but there's certain apps
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
have,
Well, saying that, if anybody's watching, and you got a better data logger for your gym that's cheaper than Wi-Fi, comment below and let us know because
yeah.
we're in the market.
But no, you gotta know what you're doing. I mean, even if it's a person going to Planet Fitness that has no clue, write down that you did a 20-minute walk today. Next time, maybe do a 25-minute walk with a slight incline. Um, just measure your fitness.
Yep.
So,
Let's say you need some diversity. You can't do the same thing over and over again.
right.
It's not going to work. That's insanity, right? That's what they
Mhm.
say the definition is.
Well, I mean, it goes back to like me and Brad are comfortable partners on that Thursday workout. So every once in a while, it's good for me to go with Matt. It's good for him to go with Josh
Yeah.
because those athletes are going to challenge me and him different. I mean, after 12 years of working out together, we know where each other stands.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
we know what the energy output's going to be. We know it. You know, Thomas will love this. I know that Big Chunk will get about 7, 8 reps, and then I'm going to have to clean up the rest.
Yeah. I mean, that's being comfortable.
Yeah,
You gotta get uncomfortable.
it is. You got to, and as bad as I hate to, you got to pick a different partner and just
Yeah, and
suck
then
it
that's
up.
that's where you not only get the physical gains but the mental gains is
Yeah,
when you
absolutely.
get that uncomfortable.
And if it doesn't challenge you, it's not going to change you. I've said that
Yeah.
for years, and it's easy to get sucked into that groove of class because everybody that comes to your class, and who the partners already there's already alliances
Mhm.
with partnerships in the classes.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe the coach needs to say, all right,
Yep.
y'all eight are going together today. Here's your
Mhm.
partners. And just to get a little diversity.
Yeah.
Because you could, I mean, hell, I can learn something from
Mhm.
my new partner.
Yeah.
And a trick or a tip to better my fitness, a movement, anything like that. It's just you grow as an athlete so much by getting out of your comfort zone, and that's why group classes are
Yeah,
successful.
and your partners don't have to be the same fitness level. You can
No.
benefit and have a great workout from someone that's opposite fitness level
Yeah.
than you.
And they're going to have just as good as workout too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, they're going to get challenged in different ways as well. It's never bad.
Not at all. That's one of the points I had down was switch up or find a training partner. And if you're at a gym like ours, switch up your training partner.
Mhm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Tim, what do you got next? Anything?
I leave Tuesday for the Arnold. That's the University National Championships. And then that's just the big thing coming up.
I wish I'd have committed, but I don't regret it.
Tim, so tell us a little more about next week.
Well, it's the big one. So it's the university. So any lifters attached to a university, it's our national championship. As if we were say we were an NCAA sport. This is the big one.
Yep.
It's the one that's most important for us because not only is it individual, it's also team. So we have X amount of guys, X amount of girls who contribute to a team score. We have a co-ed. There's a co-ed team score, male and a female. 3 different team scores there. So it's a little bit of bragging rights to see who's the strongest team in the country or the strongest college.
Mhm.
The year before I came, ETSU won the co-ed national champions. My freshman year, we got second, and I believe we got second again last year virtually. So,
You guys have a shot to.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one this year.
Who are the other top 2 or 3
So
teams?
Lenore Ryan is a new program
Mhm.
under Coach Mash. That's their pretty strong team. And then University of Texas always has a good crew go out there, as well as West Virginia. Yeah,
There were a lot of them that came up in
West
October.
Virginia usually comes to our home meets because they're not too far. Plus our coaching staffs, like their coaching staff, all mostly graduated from ETSU. They're
Okay.
all graduates from the PhD program. So there's a pretty good relationship between us and West Virginia.
So we know ETSU's going for that top spot next week. What are your goals personally?
I would like to open first attempt PRs, all-time PRs.
Oh man.
So we're on track, I'd say, for that. And then I want to go. I don't want to miss. So 6 for 6. Boom. And that's always the goal. But this right now, I've had the best training block from my last competition till now. Like, I've never felt any better.
What's been the difference?
Staying injury free. I got that plasma replacement therapy done on my knee last winter. And then I swear, like right around Christmas time, it was like I got a whole new leg. I mean, it'd been like 3 months since I got it done. It had been working for a little bit. And I could tell it was getting better, but I swear I just woke up sometime around Christmas and we took a little vacation and had like maybe a few days off than usual and came back, and I feel like I've never injured my knee or anything. And I don't know, it's just something different. And my coach has kind of bumped my numbers up, my squat numbers. So we've been pushed a little bit harder. We changed up some technical stuff in our pulls, and it's just been clicking.
Man, the joys of being 21.
I know. Yeah.
You're staying pretty healthy these days, though.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, get a coach.
There you go.
Get a coach. He'll lead you down the path. And I find myself doing more cardio these days than I am weightlifting, but that's about to change next week. So it'll be nice.
Good
and
deal.
the Open. The Open. I'm really excited about the Open for some reason. I mean, we got a lot of new people at the gym.
Yeah.
And, they're getting real excited about it, which, makes me get excited about it because everybody remembers their first Open.
Who are you excited to see compete in the next couple weeks?
I mean,
who's your top dog?
my top dog.
Honestly, Matt
Dykes?
Yeah, Matt Dykes.
Okay.
I'm excited for Matt.
You've been
Dykes.
coaching him up in class.
Yeah,
He's
and
well.
I don't know if Ratone's doing the Open.
I was gonna say Ratone's my boy.
Ratone's my man. He's been
He's
working
going to
real
give
hard.
100%.
I know he is. I love it.
That's all that matters.
I love it.
Because this is his 1 year anniversary of CrossFit.
Oh
too.
yeah. Oh,
so,
that's nice.
I'm excited for your Corey Harper.
Yeah, of course, Corey.
Yeah, because
hope he's feeling healthy.
We're going to wait till Monday for him, give
Yeah.
him a couple more days of rest. But he is the typical Kool-Aid CrossFitter.
Yeah.
And that's
it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
It's great.
I think it's absolutely a thing of coming of age.
Yeah.
When you enter the CrossFit.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
When you're swimming in that pool,
Mhm.
You're like, I gotta have certain knee wraps. He's buying new shoes all the time.
And then what about Big Taste? I mean,
man, it's gonna be exceptionally different from.
He's
from
down
years
70
past.
pounds
Yeah.
since the last
I can't
Open.
wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see.
That's
that.
like everybody. I mean, it's gonna be fun to watch, and especially I think it's been great. Our recent Fridays, the last couple weeks, we've been really testing everybody, and that's the one day I coach CrossFit. Other than that, I'm mostly Fit Club program. But on Fridays, I mean, I like to say whenever we go, it's Fast Fun Friday, and watching those guys go through, like we did Grace, you did Fran, just a little sneak peek of what's to come for those guys, and it's fun. They can push it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
I mean, who else is signed up? Who's on our list?
I know Tim Anderson signed up.
Tim Anderson, yeah. He'll be a fun one to watch. He's really made some gains this year, too.
He has, but I mean, he's been a dad for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, so, he ain't had
Sleep's going down on that Whoop app. But no, it's going to be fun. Attendance has been outrageous lately.
Yeah.
I mean, 22 this morning at 5 a.m. Crazy.
Well, hate to scare them, but that can't continue for that size of class.
Yeah, we'll have to get strategic with programming, definitely, to work those logistics. But there's some good momentum at the gym, and I'm excited about the next 3 weeks. So,
yeah, man, it'll be fun.
Cool.
I'm excited.
Well, guys, thanks for coming down this morning, and you guys listening. Appreciate you tuning in, and we'll be back at you soon.
All right, thank you.
Peace out.